Welcome back. Contentious moments on the House floor Friday. House Speaker Mike Johnson reelected as Speaker on the first round, but only after two GOP holdouts who initially voted against Johnson changed their votes. The Republican majority now razor thin. Congressman Brian Stile had a front row seat to it all, tallying the votes on the House floor. He joins us now from Washington. Hey, Congressman, good to see you.
Thanks for having me on.
Bring us inside from the House floor perspective where you were. How did this all go down? This was a bit tense on the floor for a few minutes Friday.
This is going to be a long family road trip, and this is just the beginning. We're going to have 220 seats when all is said and done, where 218 is majority in the House. And so it's going to be bumpy. We're going to be having conversations. But the good news is we're united in the policies of America First, of getting our country back on track, of securing the border. The process is always a little bit messy, and it's frustrating for myself and for others. But at the end of the day, I am of the belief that we're going to be able to come together and deliver for the American people.
I saw you were huddled as part of this group with Speaker Johnson as this all went down with Congressman Norman and Self, the two holdouts. Take us inside. What happened during those moments?
Well, it's a conversation about how do we deliver on the agenda that we have for the American people. We're united in the agenda about shrinking the size of government, securing the border, leading with an America First policy, peace through strength. The challenge has always been, how do we actually deliver on that? And how do we get those policies across the House floor? How do we empower rank and file members to have their voice heard in the House of Representatives? And having that conversation is actually a healthy conversation to have. And at the end of the day, we came together and recognized that Speaker Johnson was the right person for the job to lead us forward in the House as we deliver not only in the House, but with the Senate and soon with President Trump in office.
Were you there when Trump talked to both of them?
I know he was on the phone prior to me coming in. The conversation that I was a part of was just a group of members before we went back out for a vote on the House floor.
Was there a lot of arm twisting from your perspective at that point, or did they willingly say, all right, we're going to come back out and change our votes?
Yeah, I wouldn't describe it as arm twisting. I would describe it really as just a true family conversation about how do we deliver upon our agreed upon goals and objectives. Again, we're unified in policy. And I think you saw that on the campaign as President Trump and conservatives across the country ran for office, speaking about delivering on the same set of policies that are needed to get ourselves back on track. That said, sometimes that the inner workings of the House can be challenging. It can be darn frustrating. It's like we all just came back from Christmas. You can imagine a handful of your relatives, imagine 220 of your relatives sitting around the Christmas table having that conversation. It's going to be a little messy. It's going to be a little challenging. But at the end of the day, I think we're going to get there. And the reason for that is that we as a conference are unified behind the policies that are needed to get us in our country back on track.
In the end, what does this say about the power or influence of Trump headed into this new conference for the House Republican Conference?
Well, I think it's a comment that we're all united, that we're united behind President Trump's American First agenda. The Republicans in the House and Republicans in the Senate want to get on with the work of passing the policies that are needed, addressing the reckless spending in Washington, securing the border, addressing the need to keep the tax cuts that have grown our economy. And so as we look at this is going to be a tough conversation, but having President Trump on the bully pulpit and as a leader in the White House is going to be a great asset on us being able to deliver for the American people.
And Congressman, before you go, you were chair of House Administration Committee for the previous Congress, expected perhaps for this next Congress, which oversees U.S. Capitol Police. I'm curious, with all the major events coming to D.C. in this month alone, are you confident in the security that is in place in the nation's capital, especially coming off of what happened in New Orleans?
I've been in constant conversations with the Capitol security apparatus to make sure that we keep Washington, D.C., and in particular the Capitol campus both open but also secure, not only for members and staff, but also for the American public, many of whom will be visiting in the weeks ahead, in particular on January 20th. I believe we have the resources in place. We have the security protocols in place to make sure that everyone is safe. But it's always a reminder that we need to remain vigilant at a period of time when there's plenty of danger and plenty of evil across the world.
Congressman Brian Stile from Washington. Congressman, thank you like always.
Thank you.
Up next, the first 100 days. Jaron's back with ABC News Washington Bureau Chief Rick Klein standing by. What to expect, plus honoring former President Jimmy Carter, including right here in Wisconsin.